Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 commencement ceremony of the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. Please welcome the 2017 UCC graduating class, starting with candidates from the College of Graduate Studies, followed by the School of Business and Management, the School of Technology and Mathematics, and the School of Humanities and Law. Candidates from the College of Graduate Studies, followed by the School of Business and Management, the School of Technology and Mathematics, and the School of Humanities and Law.
ask you to kindly bow your heads to talk to our great God of heaven. Our Heavenly Father, we pause this afternoon to recognize your presence with us. We thank you for leading this university over the years. Thank you for the guardians. Thank you for their parents and relatives who come to support them during this time of celebration. May your spirit be with every one of us. Be with the evening proceedings. May everything be done to your needs, honor, and glory. Not the end, may we be careful to give nobody else the praise and the honor but you. Is our prayer and asking in Jesus' name.
Thank you, Pastor Lewis. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome UCC Group of Companies Executive Chairman, Dr. Winston Adams.
Thank you, Mr. Roger Mint, for your introduction and good afternoon. The Most Honorable Professor Sir Kenneth Moore, former Governor General of Jamaica and Special Advisor to the UCC Board of Directors, Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health, His Excellency Alexis Eduardo Tajar, Ambassador of the Embassy of Panama, Senator Ransford Bryan, Chairman of the UDC, Executive Chancellor and Chairman of the University and Foundation Boards, Professor Dennis J. Gale, Deputy Executive Chairman, Mrs. Geraldine Adams, Professor Bernadette Warner, Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs and Internationalization, Mr. Gary Butch Hendrickson, CEO, Continental Baking Company Limited, and many others. Mrs. Maxine Henry Wilson, Commissioner, Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission. Mrs. Althea Aaron, Executive Director of the University Council of Jamaica, UCJ. Pastor Samuel Lewis, the University Chaplain, who prayed for us. Members of the UCC Board, other distinguished guests, special invited guests, other distinguished faculty, graduates, family, and friends. Good afternoon. The words of C.S. Lewis read thus: the task of a modern higher educational entrepreneur is not to cut down jungles, but to irrigate deserts. The responsibility of a higher education leader, therefore, is not to cut down the individuality of each student who enters their institution, but to encourage, uplift, and broaden the individuality of that mind so that individual can evolve. Today, indeed, is a day that we will celebrate two separate yet related occasions. Firstly, we will celebrate the landmark achievements of you, our students. Our students who have worked extremely hard. Our students who have made many sacrifices. Our students who have toiled to ensure that you stand tall and finish strong. Secondly, we will celebrate and recognize and honor Mr. Gary Craig Hendrickson, CEO of the Continental Baking Company Limited, for his stellar accomplishments as a Jamaican businessman and leading entrepreneur. Commencement is a true celebration where all dreams become reality regardless of where you are or from what you believe, or in what you believe, rather. So it is with great pleasure and an even greater sense of pride that I stand before you today. as Group Executive Chairman, I am elated and honored to celebrate every graduate in attendance at our Commencement 2017 as you embrace opportunities to transform our world. To the graduates, I want to say a special thank you for choosing the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. At this time, I will invite all members of the audience to stand and give every awardee a heartfelt round of applause. You may be seated. Thank you. Please allow me a few minutes to share with you a report, the chairman's report. Just a few of our accomplishments during the past year. In February of this year, the University College of the Caribbean's Board of Directors took a decision that it was time for the University College to take further steps toward becoming a new kind of entrepreneurial institution, not just in name, but also in our curricula. The University College was therefore rebranded as the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, effective February of this year, with the aim of fostering even greater leadership and innovation in the higher education sector. Our program offerings will inevitably increase and be significantly improved, including the introduction of at least 2 relevant doctoral programs in collaboration with our international university partners in January of 2018. Let me say a little about accreditation. We have been making many positive inroads in this area. The UCC is now also registered with and recognized as a university college by the University Council of Jamaica, the UCJ, the official accreditation body for tertiary education in Jamaica. All our programs adhere to the accreditation guidelines of the University Council of Jamaica. Indeed, we are the first private tertiary institution in Jamaica to have obtained this status. Furthermore, UCC has since been awarded international institutional accreditation as a premier institution by the UK-based Accreditation Services for Independent Colleges and Universities, ASIC. The university is also the only local institution to be formally recognized as an official affiliate institution of the prestigious University of London, to offer both the certificate in higher education in common law and the Bachelor's of Law, LLB, degree in Jamaica. And I might add, at 1/3 the cost of it being of other local universities. At UCC, we're committed to developing our curricula in order to ensure we remain current and competitive. We consistently upgrade our programs to ensure that we play an integral part in being a higher education provider which offers only quality programs, benchmark against international standards. We have been making consistent inroads in a variety of disciplines, as this has always been a part of our higher education transformation plan. We embrace readily the fact that our university is not only responsible for delivering high-quality education, but we have been able to accomplish this in innovative ways. We have introduced programs such as the Bachelor of Science in Innovation and Entrepreneurship, the Bachelor of Science in Digital Marketing and Advertising Management, the Bachelor of Arts in Digital Media. These are programs in very high demand for our upcoming fall semester, to which we have seen significant interest already. Furthermore, we are working assiduously to develop additional programs, which our research has shown are in even greater demand. Some of these are the Bachelor of Science in Criminology and Criminal Justice, the Bachelor of Science in International Relations, the Master of Science in Human Resource Management, just to name a few. Let me say something about our Commonwealth partnerships. We have recently been exploring the regional franchising and licensing market, enabling the UCC model to be replicated elsewhere in the wider Commonwealth. We're happy to say that there's keen interest, particularly from educators and entrepreneurs in the UK and the Caribbean at this time. This is a new and untapped market, which has demonstrated the potential for exponential growth in the regional higher education sector. This level of partnership in tertiary education simply means that in the near future, students will be able to choose studying at a UCC franchise, particularly in the Caribbean, and in fact, anywhere in the Commonwealth region. As part of our internationalization efforts, UCC continues to work with international universities and other global partners to develop additional linkages that will foster meaningful benefits, particularly for our students and our faculty. For instance, we continue to build on our 20-year partnership with the Florida International University, FIU, with the expansion of the professional Masters in Business Administration and the Masters of Science and Engineering Management degree programs. And we do have a representative from Florida International University, Dr. Donald Root, with us here today, who's also a member of our board. Besides, we're also actively expanding our 15-year partnership with the prestigious University of London as we seek to introduce other innovative programs, including the LLM, the Global MBA, and the Professional Accountancy, scheduled to begin in January 2018. Earlier this month, the UCC was also approved as an ACCA learning partner. This allows the UCC to be the facilitator of the ACCA certification classes to be delivered initially at our Wellington Avenue main campus. We have also entered into partnerships with online on-demand short professional course providers. These courses are taught by international industry experts. Some of these providers include Udemy Incorporated and Cisco Incorporated. On completion of these interactive video courses, successful participants receive a certificate of achievement. Furthermore, we have also recently entered into other significant strategic partnerships with the world's two largest online and on-demand course providers, Coursera and edX. These providers offer a high level of relevant interactive video courses from the world's top universities, including Stanford, University of Michigan, Johns Hopkins University, MIT, and Harvard University, to name a few. We believe these partnerships could potentially further revolutionize our tertiary education sector in Jamaica and perhaps the wider Caribbean. Earlier in the year, we also signed an agreement with 3 international universities: Brandon University, University of Regina in Canada, and Sicily University in Spain. Through these agreements, our students can now participate in additional study abroad and paid internship opportunities. And of course, I must make special attention and note of the Public-Private Partnership, PPP, agreement, which we signed with the government of Guyana and the Law College of the Americas this year to establish a new and innovative law school in Guyana with delegated authority at UCC in Jamaica. This new law school, which is scheduled to come on stream by mid-2018, will provide much greater access by LLB graduates from UCC, from UTech, from UWI, to a recognized law school to pursue their 2-year certificate in legal education. UCC and Ready TV have just recently entered into a partnership agreement also, which will facilitate broadcast space to UCC on Ready TV's network. We will now acquire a cable channel, which will allow us the opportunity to utilize broadcasting space to provide a variety of educational features and programs. This partnership also includes our creative partner, iCreate Institute, a subsidiary of the eMedia Interactive Group. We continue to be motivated in playing our part in making it even easier for our students to study with us. In this regard, we have also recently entered into a long-term strategic and unique formal partnership with the Student Loan Bureau, SLB. This partnership allows our students to continue to access tuition loans from the Bureau in a seamless manner for their entire degree program. This is another open door for our students as we continue to devise cutting-edge financing solutions. We have over the years made an outstanding impact, we believe, on our Caribbean students. Our online programs are in high demand within Jamaica and the Caribbean islands. We have expanded the range of undergraduate online offerings from 6 to 9 degrees, effective fall 2017. Sharing the moment with you today are some of our graduates from Grenada and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And in honor of that achievement, we have their nation's flags raised today. Additionally, we're also offering our online flagship graduate degrees, the Commonwealth Executive MBA in Business Administration and the Public Administration. In closing, as we continue to celebrate Commencement 2017, I use this opportunity to thank the families, friends, and well-wishers that are represented here today. You have journeyed here to witness this landmark achievement and offer your support, and for that, we are eternally grateful. We must recognize the involvement and influence of the government in its efforts made to assist students in the area of financing support. Private tertiary education funding is usually a major challenge. Due to the cost of tertiary level education, many students usually require some kind of financial aid. Indeed, private sector involvement and support also stands out as one of very important source of funding to be recognized. Thanks to the media, who have been very gracious to us in supporting all that we do over the years and in highlighting our achievements as we continue toward further growth in higher education. Lastly, UCC's dedicated faculty and staff. Without all your efforts, hard work, and determination, and focus, we would not be celebrating 66 combined training years of delivering quality tertiary education in Jamaica. I leave you with the profound words of the late Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. Once again, I thank you all.
I now invite Mrs. Althea Heron, Executive Director of the University College of Jamaica. I repeat, Executive Director of the University Council of Jamaica, to address us.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. The Most Honorable Sir Kenneth Hall, former Governor General of Jamaica and Special Advisor to the Board of Directors. Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health. High Commissioners and Ambassadors. Mr. Gary Hendrickson, CEO, Continental Baking Company and Keynote Speaker. Dr. Winston Adams, Group Executive Chairman of the UCC. Mrs. Geraldine Adams, Deputy Group Executive Chairman. Professor Dennis Gale, Chairman of the UCC Board of Directors and Executive Chancellor. Professor Bernadette Warner, Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs, Mrs. Maxine Henry Wilson, Commissioner, Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, other distinguished members of the board, faculty, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The University Council of Jamaica is honored to have been invited to participate in this commencement ceremony under the theme, Embrace Opportunities, Transform the World, and to share these brief greetings with you. The UCJ is the National Quality Assurance Agency for Tertiary Education. It was established in October 1987 by the University Council of Jamaica Act and is a statutory body under the portfolio Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. In October, the UCJ will celebrate 30 years of enabling national development through quality assurance. Most of you will know of our work through our registration of tertiary institutions, the accreditation of institutions and programs, and the assessment of qualifications to determine equivalency. Earning a tertiary qualification is a significant achievement and an important investment in your future. I recognize some of the many challenges you would have faced while working, studying, and perhaps, at the same time, helping to raise and support a family. However, your dedication has reaped its reward. Your labor has not been in vain. That is why, along with your family, friends, and lecturers, we are here today to celebrate your achievements. We live in a world of constant change, driven by technology, the portability of qualifications, the mobility of workers, and the growth of entrepreneurship. So as you think about the theme, Embrace Opportunities, Transform the World, I invite you to consider how you will use the gifts you have been given and the skills and knowledge you would have acquired to make a difference. To the graduates, continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to strive for excellence wherever you are called to serve. Uphold the principles of accountability, transparency, integrity, and professionalism. And believe that your best days are ahead of you. Once again, on behalf of the University Council of Jamaica, I congratulate you all and wish you continued success. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Commissioner and Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, Mrs. Maxine Henry Wilson, who will bring greetings.
Most Honorable Sir Kenneth Hall and Lady Hall, Minister of Health, Honorable Christopher Tufton, other members of the government who may be here, Executive Chancellor, Honorary Graduate, Group Executive Chairman and Vice Chairman, Deans, faculty members, board members, officials of government, and other agencies, good afternoon to you all. On behalf of the Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission, one of the newly established agencies under the Education Transformation Program, I would like to join in celebrating with our graduates another milestone in their lives. And even as we celebrate this occasion with the graduates and their families, with the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean and its wider family, we are cognizant of the pioneering achievements of this institution and hence the value and worth of its graduates. We reflect on the fact that you have embraced those opportunities that will equip you to transform not just your world, but the wider world around you. We reflect on your determination as graduates who recognize the increasingly higher demands for certification in the marketplace and the importance of your being equipped with transversal competencies and skills. We recognize the urgency with which Jamaica must address and overcome multiple development challenges. And we are confident that the University of the Commonwealth of the Caribbean has equipped you to be a competitive player in the 21st century global landscape. You recognize that our people, if they are to have even a minimal chance of survival in this environment, must be given the opportunity to improve the quality of their lives, and that higher education is an indispensable vehicle in achieving this. The University of the Commonwealth Caribbean has pioneered work in the global context in terms of higher education. It is now positioned to take advantage of some of the characteristics of this environment, the diversity, the scope and range of offerings, internationalism in both content and as intent. Those of us who have a duty of care at the level of the state, we recognize that the student experience is what it is all about, and that it must make you a whole citizen, not just ready for the marketplace, but future ready. It is in this context that we congratulate the institution on the innovation, and we express our confidence that this occasion is just a bridge to the graduates achieving even more, not just in the academic sphere, but as investments for life. Congratulations to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Executive Chancellor of the UCC and Chairman of the Board of Directors, Professor J. Gale, who will bring us remarks.
The Most Honorable Professor, Sir Kenneth Hall, former Governor General and UCC Special Advisor to the Board of Directors, and the Most Honorable Lady Hall. Dr. the Honorable Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health. Group Executive Chairman, Dr. Winston Adams. UCC Deputy Executive Chairman, Mrs. Geraldine Adams. Professor Bernadette Warner, Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs, Internationalization, and Online Programs. Mr. Gary Hendrickson, CEO, Continental Baking Company Limited. Mrs. Maxine Henry Wilson, Commissioner, Jamaica Tertiary Education Commission. Mrs. Althea Heron, Executive Director, University Council of Jamaica. Pastor Samuel Lewis, University Chaplain. Members of the UCC Board, other distinguished guests, specially invited guests, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. Welcome to this commencement ceremony of the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. I am delighted to add my voice in a hearty salute to the newly forthcoming UCC graduates this year, and to applaud the concentrated and successful academic efforts made that have resulted in your presence here today. while looking ahead with you this afternoon to your future professional development and careers, as well as your future connections with the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, and the potential for your family and friends to emulate your educational paths. At UCC, we have sought to exemplify an approach to teaching and learning that was captured by W.B. Yeats, who once commented that education is not the process of filling a bucket, but of lighting a fire within each student. My further comments this afternoon will identify 3 types of scholarships to be offered by UCC to students who have completed their baccalaureate degrees. Then touch upon the importance of the UCC Alumni Association and turn to the UCC Foundation. I must declare my own self-interest, having the honor to also lead the Foundation Board. The University of the Commonwealth Caribbean will be offering our students who have completed their UCC baccalaureate degrees 3 types of scholarships in recognition of your efforts and achievements. First, those who apply for the December sample program by October 2017 will receive a tuition scholarship of 20%. Second, those who apply for the UCC MBA by January 2018 will receive a tuition scholarship of 20%. Third, those who apply for any professional short course by December 2017 will receive a 20% tuition scholarship. So I encourage those of you who are going on to further studies or further self-development to think about these scholarships which are available. Turning to the Alumni Association, this association was relaunched in March this year with a very successful alumni breakfast. The Alumni Association is intended as a meeting space for students who graduate from UCC, with their alma mater remaining in their hearts. It was established to welcome all graduates to join in partnership and fellowship, strengthen bonds, generate professional networking opportunities, and encourage support for activities that can further build your dynamic university in the future. I believe that the president of the Alumni Association will revert to this theme later in this afternoon's program. I turn now to the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean's Foundation. This foundation represents the major locus of charitable giving, donations, and grants within the university. The foundation represents a beacon of hope for students in need, with an abiding desire to build upon their inherent potential, whether by means of enhancing their education or their competencies. At the UCC Foundation, which serves as UCC's grant research, grant writing and administering agency, we seek to identify and build international and national partnerships on the basis of shared commitments, while providing excellent stewardship of philanthropic investments made to support UC's mission and ensuring that all clients, community members, and partner institutions are treated with the highest level of integrity and respect. Since 2007, the UCC has worked with generous donors, both in Jamaica and abroad, in an effort to provide a variety of scholarships to young people who are in need. The Foundation welcomes charitable donations that will assist such individuals who are seeking to fulfill some of their educational aspirations. So, at this juncture in our commencement ceremony 2017, I thank you all for celebrating this significant rite of passage with the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. Let me take this opportunity to share with you a few of my own favorite sayings that can help to condition both our attitudes and our professional altitudes. It really is true that in a wide range of circumstances, whether you believe you can or not, you're right. That most challenges typically contain the seeds of their own solutions. Let me add that the only real difference between stepping stones and stumbling blocks is how we use them, and that real difficulties can be overcome, whereas imaginary difficulties are often unconquerable. With such thoughts in mind, each day, let us do what we can to make our community, our country, and ourselves better, working where we are with whatever resources we have at our disposal. I much appreciate your attention to my comments this afternoon, and thank you so much.
Executive Chancellor, Professor Dennis J. Gale. In addition to those persons already recognized, special guests, we wish to recognize the following: Mr. Christopher Zaka, President of Sagicor, as well as Dr. Makisha Evans, Vice President of International University of the Caribbean, IUC. We also acknowledge special guests of Mr. Gary Hendrickson at this time. Please accept our welcome and our greetings. At this time, the Jamaica Constabulary Force Band will delight us with a special item.
When I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wired. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak a language of love like you know what it means. It can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it stronger, babe. You're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. Better than anyone I've ever met.
Ladies and gentlemen, do join me in welcoming the UCC Executive Vice President of Academic Affairs, Internationalization, and Online Programs, Professor Bernadette Warner, to present the candidates for the conferral of the honorary degree.
Ladies and gentlemen, the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean is pleased to present Mr. Gary Craig Hendrickson for the conferral of the degree Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa, in recognition of his sterling contribution in the building of our nation. Mr. Hendrickson, please step forward. At this time, we also invite the UCC Group Executive Chairman, Mrs. Geraldine Adams, and the University Registrar, Dr. Vivian Carr, to robe the candidate for the degree. The Most Honorable Professor Sir Kenneth Hall, former Governor General and UCC Special Advisor to the Board of Directors, and Lady Hall, Dr. the Honorable Kristen Tufton, Minister of Health, the members of the Diplomatic Corps, Senator Ransford Brahman, UCC Group Executive Chairman, Dr. Winston Adams, Executive Chancellor, Professor Dennis Gale, UCC Deputy Executive Chairman, Mrs. Geraldine Adams, Mr. Gary Hendrickson and Mrs. Hendrickson, Mrs. Maxine Henry Wilson, Commissioner, Mrs. Althea Theron, Executive Director of the UCJ, Pastor Samuel Lewis, members of the UCC Board, other distinguished guests, specially invited guests, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. Mr. Gary Craig Hendrickson, affectionately known as Butch, is being awarded today a degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa, in recognition of his achievements in business and industry. He is undoubtedly one of the most accomplished businessmen in Jamaica today. Mr. Hendrickson is Chief Executive Officer of Continental Baking Company Limited, and has been a member of the American Society of Bakery Engineers for 30 years. His leadership and innovation are not confined to the baking industry, as he is also the Chief Executive Officer of the Coconut Bay Beach Resort and Spa, an all-inclusive 254-room hotel located in St. Lucia. Mr. Hendrickson is an entrepreneur by birth. It is present in his DNA. He was still in the womb when his parents established the bakery's present Halfway Tree Road location in 1952, and he frequently boasts that he literally grew up in the building. Under his leadership, the company, which started with 9 bakers, 8 salesmen, a small product mix, 4 vans, and 4 carts, now boasts a staff of over 1,000, a 220,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility, 2 manufacturing plants in Kingston, and a growing product mix distributed under 3 brands, National, HTB, and Homemade, with overseas distributors and a fleet of over 100 trucks. Gary Butch Hendrickson epitomizes business, and he has said, and I quote him, "I don't know life without business. It has been a part of my whole world." He believes that hard work equals success, and success encompasses leadership, which he considers to be paramount to achieving any business goal. Mr. Hendrickson is also a philanthropist who supports various charities, including educational entities. He has demonstrated that giving to education is of extreme importance in building a strong foundation for transforming a nation. Through the National Baking Company Foundation, he has supported Crayons Count and Union Gardens in southwestern St. Andrew. While early childhood education is at the center of Mr. Hendrickson's charitable giving, other organizations like the Mustard Seed Community, Bustamante Hospital for Children, Chalk Up Youth, Missionaries of the Poor, and the St. Patrick's Foundation have also benefited from his unending generosity. Executive Chancellor, I present Mr. Gary Butch Hendrickson, business leader, entrepreneur, philanthropist, avid family man, who has demonstrated our theme in more ways than one. We are grateful for his presence with us today. So without further ado, I present to you Mr. Gary Craig Butch Hendrickson to be awarded the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa, in recognition of his achievements in business and industry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Executive Chancellor will now confer the degree Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa.
Mr. Hendrickson, based on all that we have just heard and all that we know, we consider you most deserving of this honor. And today, it is my pleasure to present you with an honorary doctoral degree. Through the powers vested in me by the board of the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean, I now confer upon you the degree Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and honor thereto appertaining. On this day, July the 23rd, 2017. Congratulations. Dr. Gary Hendrickson, it is now my pleasure to request you to address UCC's 2017 commencement ceremony.
No, this won't take that long. Can everybody hear me? They can't hear me because these aren't working. So I'm going to talk about them now, and you don't have nothing to worry about. Not a thing to worry about. So anything you want said about them, just tweet it up. No, I don't have a phone. I don't have a Twitter account either. Good afternoon, everybody. Just think about the following for me. Success comes before work only in the dictionary. I heard that from Wood Stewart. If you're not bringing value to the table, stay out of the room. Glenn Christian, right there. In the future, in your future, your competition will not live here. That, among many other good pieces of advice, came from my father. And we cannot use and keep using analog solutions to fix digital problems. That's me. Now, since this isn't working really well, and I know I'm going to get in trouble on the salutations, let me just try a thing. Let me just try something here. And I'm probably going to break all protocols, and they won't invite me back. Oh, by the way, this is part of the new uniform for the UCC's weight reduction plan. I bring you up here for, when you leave, they rehydrate you. The St. John Ambulance Brigade is outside, don't worry. And my food is outside with some water, trying to get some free market in there. Chancellor Gill, Chairman Adam, Board of Directors, Executive Team, honored guests, ministers, past, present, future, no, future, maybe. Be careful what you wish for. Sir Kenneth Houghton and Lady Hall, how could I not? How could I not? No, I'm going to get in trouble. Because I don't know, I see my brother's name here and there's no way I'm going to acknowledge that boy. Absolutely not. I see Zaka's name, I'm not going to acknowledge him either. Class of 2017, how about you? One more time. I'm humbled, excited, and privileged to be standing here today as the proud recipient of the university's Honorary Doctor of Business Administration degree. I'm humbled because this recognition places me in the company of leaders of industry and academia for whom I have the utmost respect. My good friend and my board chairman at Red Stripe, when I was on the board, Richard Biles, was a recipient last year. Richard is kind of a mentor to me. He embodies what can be done. He has no intention of coming second in anything. As a matter of fact, if you're second, you're the first place loser. So he is somebody you must live up to. These are trailblazers in their field and on the national stage, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited because, like it or not, we find ourselves at this moment in the history of winds of epic transformation, and seizing that moment is within our grasp, your grasp. A moment to passionately engage in national and global conversation, and to be the change that we so profoundly crave. And finally, I'm privileged because this recognition affords me the awesome opportunity to use my voice and marshal whatever means that there are at my disposal to raise awareness, make an impact, and effect positive change in areas most desperately needing leadership and intervention. So for all these reasons, I thank you. I feel equally privileged to have been invited to join the UCC community of excellence. For the past 40 years, we have witnessed the growth and the tremendous strides made as the institution has evolved, widened its scope and influence, and set an enviable standard for a quality, innovative educational experience. The recognition of success you have achieved is noble testimony to your passionate resolve and commitment to the highest principles. I join with all those present in saluting you. Class of 2017. transparency, and compliance. The once proud linchpins of our civic, social, and professional interaction, now relegated to our irrelevant past, a vague notion of the way we were. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2017, I'll put it to you that one of the greatest gifts that we can pass on to the generations to come remains the notion of the importance of transparency and compliance. Two qualities that were once interwoven into the fibers of our national consciousness, qualities that defined what it meant to be a person of integrity and upstanding character. But somewhere along the path of our progress, we apparently ditched these boring qualities and we pursued instead the way of least resistance. Somehow, achieving the goals seems to become all that matters. How we get there is besides the point. It used to be that the journey of honor and noble strife made that goal more satisfying. There was a time when civility, courtesy, fairness, and justice counted for something. They were the essential stepping stone to the ultimate destination and the building of this nation. But now it seems, and I borrow from Yeats, the best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Let's take a moment and review the new normal in which we currently live and operate, the politics of poverty. We have become singularly successful at this. We pursue programs and policies well-intentioned, conceptually well-intentioned. But they excite and they enrich only a few in the short term, and they condemn the struggling, vulnerable working classes to a future of diminishing returns and dwindling dreams. Rampant indiscipline, where rules as well as civilized codes of conduct are passé, old-time news that. A case in point, let's talk about night noises, loud raucous parties without the slightest regard for respectable cut-off times or other people's privacy. Road code contempt. Road code contempt. We tear recklessly through traffic on motorcycles, no helmets, we overtake long lines of traffic, high speed, and we continue, and we do this well, hell-bent on an upward trend of road fatalities. Pothole-ridden roads that become part of our landscape, guaranteed to cost you who drive dearly in terms of damage, emotional distress. Everybody has lengthy commuting delays and workplace disruption. And I'll add to this, the consistently shoddy workmanship where mended potholes are just about guaranteed to disintegrate at the first new rainfall, paid for with our tax money. Why? Is it because friendship supersedes professionalism and ethical conduct, or do we just not have standards? Do we just not have any standards? We have an inform of a dead culture. We're responsible citizens hide in fear behind corruption and dishonesty, and the bad man win every time and call the shots. We have a get-rich mentality, where the values of patience, perseverance, hard work, decency, and probity succumb to the hands of crass, loutish, indisciplined immorality. Where success before hard work is the name of the game. Remember what Stuart? Success only come before working in the dictionary. The scamming that's going on, with the lot of scamming, are a perfect embodiment of today's Jamaica. What does it matter who it ruins or it kills? That's a for them problem. As long as we don't have to deal with it, we don't deal with it. Not the way to build a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2017, these are the harsh truths. But to fix them, we need to face them. We need to come to terms with where we are and more importantly, what we intend to do about it. I have visited and I've had the wonderful opportunity to visit Japan for over 40 years. Many, many times. On my first visit in the 80s, I had the pleasure of riding on a bullet train. That is not true. I wasn't going to leave until I rode on the bullet train. That's the truth. It's a pride of a nation. It was built for the 1964 Olympics, so you could get between Tokyo and Osaka. 1964, barely 20 years after that nation was destroyed by World War II. But it rose quickly from this destruction to a position of pride and honor on the world stage. If you look at the bullet train's website, it says frequent and punctual departures, with train announcements made in multiple languages. It's true. But what is most amazing is that the average time between the scheduled departure time or arrival time and by the later early is 15 seconds. That's acceptable. 1 minute on that is not acceptable. Not standards. So let's wake up. Let us all wake up and build the pride of our nation. Reclaim our unique in the identity of audacious creativity and regain our treasured status of excellence through innovation in this world. We have achieved so much in terms of sports, music, tourism, cult cuisine, medical breakthroughs, and literary genius. We must continue to re-inspire, reshape, redefine our country. And we don't want to be that little island somewhere in the Caribbean. We want to be that little island where passion meets school. We're not just some little island in the Caribbean. We must recommit to bring value to the table. Remember that man, Glenn Christian? Value to the table. If you're not bringing value to the table, don't come into the room. And you will find that out as you go into your working lives. We must remember this is the cost of citizenship, ladies and gentlemen, and it can be calculated in terms of civility, courtesy, fair play, and again, justice. So let's look at it. Let's look and ask ourselves sometimes, how much can we afford to pay versus, or rather, how little can we get away with? Two different thoughts. Perspective is a powerful thing. Look at things differently. It's very easy. Look at the word impossible. Put one hyphen in there, change the letter around. It's I am possible. Different thought. Different concept. The concept of the world and a global village is never more significant than it is today. The immediacy of information and global interaction through Wi-Fi technology, social and news media, internet platforms has rendered our geographical position in the globe essentially irrelevant. In today's fast-paced environment, it's all about the speed of information and communication. Physical limitations are neither here or there. That said, Jamaica can receive breaking news as it happens as quickly as any other location on the planet. And class of 2017, the planet can receive news about us too. We don't live in a vacuum anymore. How does this reality play into the growth, development, and prosperity of our country? How does it play into our business practices, our corporate and political strategies? Reflect on the implications of this. For any commercial operations in Jamaica today, your target is the world. Your toughest competition does not even reside on this rock. Remember what my dad told us. In the future, your competition will not live here. They will send their goods here, but they won't live here. And nothing, class of 2017, nothing and no one owes you a living. Please remember that. We have to get rid of this mindset that it stifles us. It stifles the things that we want to do, how we think. It doesn't, nobody owes you a living. You have to get out there and fight it for yourself. We have to be able to expand our vision, embrace infinite possibilities. To be sure, you're going to have roadblocks. And you're going to have more roadblocks when you try to go into manufacturing like I am. Financial regulations, and most of all, and I think we fail to understand this as Jamaicans sometimes. Most of all, you have international regulations that we as a country, as a nation, are bound to live by and are bound to adhere to. We have signed on to these regulations, and so many times when we blame the government, it's not their fault. It's part of what we signed on to as a member of the United Nations. It's not always easy. It's a fight. You know, today in manufacturing, we are trying to meet new regulations. So, about 3 months ago, we took a different look at it. And we changed that thought around. We changed the thought around because I said to the managers, are we meeting regulations here in the plant for the American market, for the Canadian market, for the United Kingdom? The answer is yes. And I said, no, we're going to stop that now, and I want you to remember this. It's very important, I think. Don't meet the standard because of the Americans. Meet the standard because we are Jamaicans. Be number one because we are Jamaicans. And then, if we decide we want to send it over Deso and cross there, it will meet the standards. Why do we always have to meet the standards of others when we are important too? We matter. And I think we start thinking about that. What do we want for ourselves? As a people, as a nation, as a family, as an individual. Very, very important. Different way of thinking about it. And you must think that way because if you don't, life is going to be just a little much harder. So, welcome to the big wide world. It's not about us anymore. It's about the global market and how best we can strategize, position ourselves to play a meaningful role. Now, I asked a question the other day, and then I see that transform the world, embrace opportunities. Let me just give you 3 simple little opportunities. Curiosity. Why do mangoes lie on the road? Why is it when I drive down Shortwood Road in the mango season, I can only use the middle of the road because both sides are full of mangoes on the sidewalk? Why? Every 3 common mangoes is about 1 bottle of pepper sauce. Class of 2017, business entrepreneurs, are you listening to me? You listening to me? Every 3 common mangoes. Ask the people at Grace, ask Spur Tree, ask Walker's Wood. The puree from 3 common mangoes is 1 bottle of pepper sauce. Behind my good friend Minister Tufton's house, there's a little dip in the thing. I must drive by 1 million bottles of pepper sauce on the ground over the mango season. I'm not kidding, I'm serious about this. Why do we allow it? Why do we allow people to knock off 50 mangoes to get 1? We do it, bad practice. Why are we not taking villages? Class of 2017, you listen to me? Why are we not taking villages? Why do we take it in the rural areas? Why do we find out how to get those trees healthy? No worms. No worms. Because, well, you know the story. You just can't always pick at night. But why do we do this? Why do we get together and make sure the mango doesn't hit the ground? And then why do we create? Because I can't find it anymore. And I grew up on mango chutney from Pick a Pepper. I don't see mango chutney anymore. You don't have to wait till the mango is ripe. I believe, basically, I think the term is turn or fit. Don't ask me. I'm a baker, I'm a country baker, I don't understand those things. But I do know a mango in the ground to me represents a lot of waste. And then I'm reading an article the other day. Here are two more ideas. Patrick A. Aarons, Miss Sweetie, good friend. You know, I have all the time in the world for her. She's asking, why isn't somebody processing lemongrass? Why isn't anybody making a lemongrass shampoo? Nobody making a lemongrass shampoo. Why do we grow more lemongrass? Lemongrass shampoo not available. No, Chris Zuck, I won't help you. Forget it. No, forget it. Don't blend no more. Just declare. But that's another thing. Why is that not happening? I have a hotel in St. Lucia. I have a little lady for the last 11 years. She's come on the property and she picks up all the almonds and she processes them. We have almonds here drop on ground. Why are we not doing that? Think of all the possibilities. You know, I can just tell you, I would hate to try and estimate the amount of mango that is wasted in this country on an annual basis. I don't think we can count that high. I think it must be some He-Man money. And we are now importing mango, and I'm going to get off the mango thing very shortly. We're paying $52,000 a barrel for mango puree. 52,000. Yes, ma'am, you heard me right. 52,000. This puts all Jamaican people to work. Start small, get big. It's opportunity. So think about that for me. We're not powerless victims in this game. Disappointments and setbacks we may face are not the fault of government necessarily, or the competitive environment, or the consumer, or even the weather. A lot that happens to us, to our business, and to our country is of our own making. It's our fault. And we have it within ourselves to recognize, reflect, and rectify. 3 R's. Recognize the problem, reflect on the modification strategies, and make the necessary adjustments to change the outcome. You can do it. You have the education, you must have the drive, and you'll get it done. This process requires clear thinking, honest and realistic appraisal, and a determined commitment to make it happen. We must evaluate our options, expand our vision, refresh our training, educate ourselves on global market trends. It is essential to hone our independence of thought and trust our uniqueness of vision. We have to know when to say no. At the same time, we have to maintain professional objectivity as we redefine our business concept, basing our decisions on reasoned logic, training and experience, rather than on just mere sentiment or emotions. What was cute and very clever years ago? You remember? No, you wouldn't remember. I don't think there are too many people here who can remember when my dad delivered bread in Kingston in a mule cart. Anybody remember that? Yeah, well, see, that wouldn't work anymore. Remember? Can't keep on using analog solutions for digital problems. The world has changed. As a matter of fact, I can't see any salesperson being too happy about looking up behind a mule for 8 hours a day. I don't think that's going to work either. That was then, this is no. As paradoxical as it all may seem, this is the cost of being a good citizen. This is the part where your tuition, your investment in research, training, and self-awareness will have been tremendously worthwhile. Not only to you as an individual, not only to the companies that you will work for or create, or businesses that you will move on with, but the economic value of your country, our Jamaica in general. The Nigerian author and speaker, I won't get in trouble at his last name now, Koyenikan, put it so eloquently, far more than I ever could. And I'd like to listen to it very carefully. Our pride for your country should not come after your country becomes great. Your country becomes great because of your great pride in it. Remember Japan? Remember that bullet train? Think about it. Class of 2017, you will be part of what decides the future of this country. Your choices will decide the country's future. In closing, I just want to tell you, I'm very proud. I'm very proud to have been recognized for my role in the industry. And I think philanthropy was mentioned. But consider this. Class of 2017, ladies and gentlemen, philanthropy is only possible if we are profitable. Profits drive philanthropy, not the other way around. And if there was ever a time to restore pride, decency, and acceptable standards to our country, that time is right now. Right now. That, ladies and gentlemen, is nation building. Let's do it. And finally, I'd like to dedicate this honor that you have bestowed upon me to my family, my friends, and equally important, our loyal customers and our wonderful staff who I look forward to seeing every day. Very few people look forward to going to work as much as I do. Amazing people. I know I'm going to leave you with this now, because enough is enough from me. Kevin Spacey, the actor, said this: if you are lucky enough to do well, and you will do well. If you are lucky enough to do well, it's your responsibility to send the elevator back down. No, class of 2017, get out there and change the world. Make it a better place. Thank you.
Dr. Gary Hendrickson. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amaro Thomas, our first graduate from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to attend our commencement ceremony in Jamaica. He represents the first batch of UCC online students recruited from the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. He will now serenade the graduates. During this tribute, presentations will be made to Lady Hall and Mrs. Hendrickson.